What's up everybody and welcome to another episode of 5 cool mods for Fallout 4. This is a series where I show you just some cool or interesting mods that came out over the past few weeks. This episode in particular is featuring some mods that I felt like kind of ran under the radar over the past month or so. Mods that definitely have some quality in them, but maybe you didn't see them on their initial release and they ran a little bit under the radar, so I'm making this video kind of featuring them to you and hopefully you'll go back and give them a download. If you guys do enjoy the content, I encourage you to consider subscribing, but with that, we'll just jump right into it. So the first mod I do want to show you is BS Defense. So this is going to be improving on a kind of fundamental system of Fallout 4 settlements and really in my eyes improving that system. So of course in Fallout 4 settlements will come under attack. The way the system works right now is basically if your defense stat is lower than your food and water stats, you'll have quite a high probability of being attacked. Actually you could still be attacked even if your defense stat is very high, it just messes with how often attacks occur and things like that. Regardless, as you know with attacks right now, it really just is totally random. If you don't show up to help out the settlement, 90% of the time it will fail because your defense stat doesn't really play a huge role. Even if you have really well equipped settlers, unless you personally go and show up to that settlement, your settlement will probably fail and some people will die. Well, this mod's basically going to change the way that works. Now, if you do have a very high defense stat, you'll have a much higher probability of your settlement successfully defending itself without you interacting at all. Basically, the higher defense stat compared to your food plus your water, the better the chance of your settlement defending itself, which actually makes a lot of sense. It really is just an improvement on the fundamental system. I think everyone should download this mod because again, the way the system in Fallout 4 works right now, even if you have an extremely powerful settlement, they will still die and lose all the time simply because of the way it works. It just assigns a random number and at the end of the day, it's really not all that much fun or intuitive. Regardless, again, this mod is a great improvement on that and definitely one I've been using for a few weeks now. So then we do have a collection of eagles reloaded. What this mod is going to be is adding in a ton of new desert eagles. It more or less is one fundamental weapon, but you could change a ton about it. The most appealing being the different visual changes you can make to that gun. So more or less after installing this mod, you'll start seeing desert eagles more often in different vendors and on some different enemies. You have all the normal things you could do with a weapon mod like different caliber types, which is actually really cool with this one. You could have a really high caliber doing a ton of damage, although it really balances itself out with some different recoils. And then of course different scopes, damage types, etc, etc. One thing a little bit more unique is you could actually change the reload animations using some of the custom aftermarket reload animations we do have on the Nexus right now, or the vanilla Fallout 4 ones for pistols. But the main appeal of this mod is the different visual changes you can make to so many of these desert eagles. As you can see, we've had some gray ones, some black ones, some gold ones. There are a ton of different options here, as well as you actually change each individual piece of the gun. So like the trigger, the slide, parts of the pistol grip, there really is a lot of modularity here and you could really kind of intricately get to what color combinations you do want. All around, this is a really cool mod, definitely a great one to add to your game because even after installing it, you're going to see a ton of different looking desert eagles in the wild, which is always really nice to see. I think that kind of variety is important in Fallout 4 and this is a great way to get it. So we do have a relatively simple mod, but what I thought was a pretty cool one. This is going to be Assorted Revolutionary Flag Capes. So what this is going to allow you to do is put a bunch of different flags as capes on your character. So it's going to go on the back of your character and there are a ton of different options here, actually 10 new capes. I only show you a handful of the options available. You have all the factions in Fallout 4 as well as some of the major countries that do find themselves in the game like the US, Canada, etc, etc. Personally, I think these look really cool and they actually mesh really well with a lot of the different armors you do have, whether using some different armor mods that are out there or even some of the vanilla armors. This just goes really well with. I think it's a great addition to your character. I really love different backpack mods and I think this is kind of in that alley of cool things you could do to your character that isn't so fundamental. All around, again, a really cool mod and one that maybe isn't for everyone, but I think some of you guys will definitely like this one. So another relatively simple mod that I think is quite cool is going to be more guard barricades. So what this is going to do is add in, as the title suggests, more guard barricades to your settlements. So these are new barricades that you can craft and place down so you could assign different settlers to get a defense stat. Coupled with BS defense, you could actually have a much higher defense stat after using all these cool new barricades. What they are different colors. They're very modern looking. They look like something that isn't kind of thrown together like some of the wooden ones we do have in vanilla Fallout 4. And again, they are ranging from a few different colors as well as they have have logos of many of the major factions in Fallout 4 on them, ranging from the Brotherhood of Steel, the Minutemen, even the Gunners do get some faction tags here, which is pretty cool to see. And even if you hate all the factions in Fallout 4, you also can place ones that are just a flat color with no logos on them, which I definitely can see appealing to some people. This is a category of mod that there are very few options for. There's a sandbag mod out there, but otherwise I've actually looked specifically in my own game for wanting new kind of guard barricades and really just guard equipment in general, and there really are only a few mods out here. I think this is one of the higher quality ones out of the bunch, as well as this one I think can apply to a number of different settlements. Out of all the different barricades you do have with this mod, I'm sure you could find at least one that will fit well in your settlement. So last but certainly not least, we have the double barrel shotgun reload animation. So basically a few weeks ago, the triple barrel shotgun did come out with some totally custom animations by War Daddy. Well, he has now taken those animations, modified them a little bit, and applied them to the vanilla double barrel shotgun in Fallout 4. These are some really cool animations. I think they're a lot better than the vanilla ones. They're actually a little bit quicker than the vanilla ones, which is kind of an added benefit as well. This is one of those things that I really like. It breathes new life and spices up some of the weapons that you've been using through over a year now. As Fallout 4 does get older and older, I think some of these vanilla reanimation packs are really cool, and this one definitely is up there as far as the coolness factor, simply because I think the animation itself just looks that high quality. Regardless, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. As always, I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode of 5 cool mods. Hopefully you found at least some of these mods cool and something you're going to go download after this video. As always, again, I do thank you for watching, and I do hope to see you guys all next time. Later.